So yeah, story time. If you don't know this one, I don't know if I can get through this with a straight face. So those of you that know me, I rescue. So it's like been possums, skunks, ducks. I had a mourning dove in my bedroom for 2 weeks. Yes, I said bedroom. I had to strengthen his wings. So, you know, we have to, before the, okay, anyway. So this particular story, anywho, I'm making a supply run. I don't know what words I can and can't say. I'm making a supply run, and this was at the height of schmovid. I don't know if I can say that word or not. And so I'm driving, you know, toward this intersection, and there are all cars parked in a circle. Like it's a huge intersection, and everyone's stopped, and they're all looking at something, right? So I drive up, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Now, mind you, there's at this intersection is train tracks that are used regularly, like at any moment, used regularly at night, okay? So I'm driving up going, what the heck is everyone parked for? So I look down and I see a skunk walking in circles over the train tracks, okay? So nobody knew what to do. So I'm watching to see, you know, kind of assessing, seeing what's going on. And everyone's just standing there going, so he's going in circles, which is typically neurological damage. He's not going to be able to find his way out. Animal control is closed. They close very early. I think they probably try to avoid situations. So nights and weekends, you're screwed. You're on your own. So, and I've called all kinds of wildlife for all kinds of situations. No one has ever showed up. Nobody gives a rat's ass. You're on your own. So this has been a million different situations. So I'm like, okay, nobody knows what to do. Everybody's freaking out. So I opened my car door, came to like a rolling, you know, really slow roll, and I kind of did a quick assessment, poked him a couple times to see if he was going to either spray or bite me, or what his reaction was going to be if I physically touched him, and there was nothing. He was just very disoriented. So naturally, I picked him up, scooped him up, shut the door, and drove away. Like anybody wouldn't do that. So yeah, at this point, me and dude are like driving somewhere, and I'm talking to him. You know, we went through the Starbucks drive-through. I gave him a name. This is what people do. Got him a coffee, a croissant. So anyway, there's more to the story. So I just wanted to get him away from the road, off of the tracks, to just a grassy knoll nearby, where he could kind of regain his balance and consciousness. So I get to this grassy patch. I go to put him down, and there's like, you know, some woods there and whatever, so I take him away from the road, and I can feel at any moment he's about to like probably go for the jugular. So I said, we need to kind of move this along, dude. So anytime an animal's like looking at your neck is not, it's go time as far as that. Him's got to go. So the way I was holding him was with my thumb holding his head, so he could not access this general region. But I knew I had to hurry up, so I very carefully and speedily, I parked the car and got out very carefully, no quick movements, got him over to where I wanted him, and then went to put him down. Well, the second I got him down, apparently he was mad at the way I was holding him, restraining him, because he chomped one of his back teeth through my finger, through the whole, not so much here, not here, here, like through it. So I had a hole where I had to, you know, can I get my finger back, please? So, yeah. So I walked away and I was like, oh, you fucking ingrate. Sorry. So, like, I just saved you, man. So now I left. There's more to this story. I know. But wait, there's more. So now I still had to get to the store before it closed, because now it's like later at night. And now I have a new issue. You know, my finger is bleeding profusely, and it's got a hole in it. So, and I wasn't quite sure what kind of cooties dude had. So I came upon a policeman who was parked, And so he's parked like facing me, and I drove up this way with my hands like, hey, coming in, but I'm okay. I'm not weird. I'm weird, but not that, so I said, sorry, I just have a question. I'm like, sorry, just can I, do whatever kind of sign language I can to say, like, all good. Anyway, drive up, and he's like, what's the matter? And I said, I got a problem. My face is bleeding. He's like, what happened? I said, a skunk bit me, and because it's like, schmovid, I don't know, I'm debating on the emergency room if I'm like, schmovid rabies. It's a toss-up. I think schmovid I would have had a chance with, but the rabes, probably, that's a big, like, you don't play with that shit. So I said, do you think I should go? So naturally he's laughing at me. And he's like, ugh, probably. So, because I had never had my Rabs series, I don't know fucking words I can say, I'm sorry. I just dropped an F-bomb though. So anywho, I go to the emergency room. No, but wait, there's more. So, I get to the triage part, and I have to say this. Now, there's no shame in my game. I've been rescuing since I was like very little, literally since I think like 3 when it first like started, right? So, I don't care. So I walk up and I'm like, hi, I was just bit by a skunk. I need, a rabies series. And she's like, what? You got bit by a what? I said, yeah, I know. So at this point in time, there's a little partition, the woman's sitting and I'm over here, and there's a partition. At this point in time, I hear a nurse beelines around the partition looking at me. She peeks around, she goes, I saw you do that. She goes, I was there. She goes, we all stood there, all these cars parked, and we all started laughing going, who does that? I said, this guy. She's so naturally, she's laughing, I'm laughing. It is what it is. I mean, so then I go into, I said, yeah, well, that little ingrate bit me. And she's seeing like, and she's like, oh man, really? She's like, that's not very grateful. I said, yeah, no, it's not. So I said, that's okay. He just went to a little grassy knoll. He's to kind of get his bearings. And I said, but yeah, I need my rabies series now because I never had it before. I know, should have a long time ago, but the more you know. So I would go to get the rabies series, and they messed it all up. If you know anything about it, then it goes on for a month. You have to go for every week. You have to get multiple shots. So, yeah, I had to keep going back, and they messed up the series. They gave me for pre-bite, not post-bite. So they jacked up the entire thing, and the last one, at the end, you have to go start like a few times a week, and it's really just, anyway. And then they have to like test you, and it's a complicated thing. So, but the last one, the bonus was the last one, the needle broke off in my shoulder. So I spent a year not being able to use my shoulder. And no, I did not sue. I should have, because I wouldn't be like struggling trying to buy pet food right now, but so broke off, could not lift my shoulder for a year without excruciating pain. If you've ever had that happen, it is absolutely excruciating. Like, it shocks your body when you move your arm the wrong way. So luckily I found a healer friend that helped me and rebuild the tendons and things. So yeah, I can move my arm again. So I just wanted to, that's the story. Yeah, so don't try this at home. Don't try it out. Don't try it from the car. This is just people that experience with stuff, Did it stop me? No. Because you either do it or you don't. So I just want to elaborate on that if you haven't heard it before. But shipshape now. All good. Thanks for listening.